So hello, everyone. Thanks for joining, and of course, thanks to the folks at ACIL for allowing me to chew you guys' ear off for a little bit. But I'm going to show you some good stuff today on how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to tap into your clients and other business colleagues to get warm introductions that can help your business. My name is Bobby Giorentano. I am the VP of Sales for Double Play Marketing and Sales. We are an outsourced marketing company catering to a variety of industries to help folks get more outreach, get their brand recognized, help them secure deals, and of course, bring in leads for their business. So, very cool. So, what I'll suggest is as I'm doing things, feel free to put some questions in the chat. It might be a little hard for me to see the chat only because I'll be showing my screen and showing you how to do stuff. So I'll also give you a full right to just come off of mute and be super rude and just ask me a question while I'm doing it. I would prefer that anyway. So cool. So with that said, let's get started. So go ahead and share my screen. All right. All right. Very cool. So today, like I said, we are showing you guys how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator for warm introductions to decision makers and centers of influence. Oh, hang on, next slide. Yep, let me go back here. Okay. All right. So I will get into Sales Navigator momentarily, but first let me explain the actual point behind this. So Sales Navigator, like I mentioned, is a paid extension to LinkedIn. It is primarily used to get leads and use it to find people that are the right connections for either decision makers or centers of influence. The problem with Sales Navigators, a lot of folks have no idea how to use it. They'll go on, they'll subscribe to it, they'll use it for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and they realize, I'm not getting anything out of this thing. Let me cancel it. Or they fumble around, send some cold messages, get no results, and then not using it. I did the same thing years ago. I had it, I canceled it, then years later I picked it back up, and I developed the method that I have today, which works incredibly well. And what I'm going to show you, I use every single day to get warm introductions. So keep in mind, I'm just showing you the concept, just like a recipe. You want to make it your own and kind of cater it and to what you want and what you're looking to get out of it. Okay. So the first point of this, like I mentioned, basically we're tapping into your current clients and current friends connections. So the first thing you're going to want to do is before you look at any particular client or friends connections is you want to ask them, hey, would you mind if I looked at your LinkedIn connections for potential introductions? Once they say yes, confirm a second time, and then they're committed to helping you. Okay, so you're sure that I can dive into your connections for potential introductions? Yeah, absolutely, Bob. Go for it. Awesome. Great. Cool. And the next thing you do, I'm just going to show you this stuff. It doesn't make sense to actually read it out to you, so I'm just going to show it to you as I go on. Okay, so here's your basic LinkedIn screen. Once you click Sales Navigator, it opens it up right here. Oh, actually, let me go to a fresh screen because I was doing this for a friend before. Okay, cool. So here's the basic Sales Navigator screen. Okay, so just to give you a differentiator here, accounts represent companies, leads represent people. Okay, and typically we're looking for people
Hey,
at a
Bobby.
company. Yes.
Yeah, your screens aren't sharing.
Uh,
We're still on your introductory how to use Sales Navigator to search.
okay. Let me go ahead and hold on. Let me share the actual tab. Okay, so that's where we go. Good call. Thanks for spotting that out. All right. Are we good?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thanks for pointing that out. I would have no idea and I would have just kept going. So thank you. All right, good. So let me go back to that. So here's your basic home screen for Sales Navigator. The differentiators here, accounts are companies and leads are people. So what most people tend to do with Sales Navigator, like I had said, is they'll create these marketing lists and then just start hammering them with messages and that kind of stuff, but it really doesn't go anywhere. So how I use it, like I said, is tapping into the people you already know that like and trust you. So from the home screen, you click on lead filters, okay? And you'll see all these filters here. So I'm just going to go through them. But first, let me show you the actual where the gold is because these are the two most important filters that are right here. Connection and connections of, okay? So let me just click on connections. So it gives you 4 options here. So first degree connections, these are people you already know. Okay, you are already connected with them. So that's a first degree connection. Okay, a second degree connection means you're one person removed, means it's a friend of a friend. Okay, and that's what we're going to look at today. Group members, I honestly God have no clue what that even means. And third degree is just too far removed. You're not looking up third degree connections because you're going to have no ties to that individual. So we want second degree connections, right? You want to meet new people, but someone that knows a friend of ours already. Okay, so click on second degree connections. And then right here, connections of. Okay, so you can literally type in anyone that you're connected with. So you can't type in someone you don't know, has to be someone that you do know. Okay, so just for argument's sake, my buddy Nelson, he is a fractional CFO. He has lots of connections, so we'll just use him as the guinea pig for today. Okay, so I picked Nelson. Nelson's got over 4,500 second degree connections. That means he knows over 4,500 people that I don't know. Now, to sit here and go through 4,500 names, that'll take you quite a while. That is not efficient whatsoever. So then I start using the search filters here to find the people that I want to meet. So I'm just going to go through them and let you know which ones I use and which ones I don't use. But keep in mind, once again, you can take this exercise and make it your own. There might be other filters that are better for you or that you like better. To each his own. As long as you understand the concept is that you're looking at friends or clients, connections. I click on the second degree connections. Nelson knows all of these people and I don't know them. So I'm going to find the ones that I want to meet. Okay. So right here, current company, I bypassed that one because, obviously you can see here, everyone's at a different company. Company headcount, that is important depending on the nature of your business. Maybe you're working with smaller businesses, maybe you're working with larger entities. So just for argument's sake, I'm just going to pick a couple of them just to whittle it down a little bit. Okay. All right. Past company, truthfully, it doesn't make a difference where someone used to work, right? We want to try to work with them at their current company, okay? Company type. I don't like the list that LinkedIn gives. It's very general. And some of the reasons why I don't recommend this filter, because if you pick something, it could eliminate a potential search, someone that you might want to see. So I just don't use it. If you're going to use it, maybe nonprofits, as if you're working with only nonprofit organizations, or that's a big focus for you. But other than that, like I said, I really wouldn't mess with that one. Okay. Company headquarters location. Once again, I don't personally care where the headquarters is located, as long as they have operations here in the States. Now, for some of you, depending on where your business is, and if you do business on the globe, this may be important to you. But this is not a filter I use. But once again, you can tap into this, type in any city, North America, United States. So if you want to use that filter, feel free. Okay. Function. Function, once again, is kind of bland and kind of generalized. I don't use it because the next filter allows you to type in someone's exact title. So that's what I want, right? I want to search for people based upon the titles of the people that I typically work with, right? So I use this filter. And the cool thing about this filter, this is the only filter where you can literally type in anything and it will look for that. So let's just say, for instance, I'm looking to sell, I'm a couch salesperson. I want to sell some couch potatoes. Okay. Boom. Unfortunately, Nelson doesn't know any couch potatoes, but if he did, they show up. Okay. So we'll just go with some real titles here. Okay. So we'll just go with CEO, owner. Okay. And you'll see it starts whittling down the results, right? Based upon all these other fields and what I keep typing in. One good thing too is if there's a specific title, so I'm going to show you one here, okay, because it doesn't show up, VP of Sales and Marketing, okay, and you'll see here, it's going to pull up every single person that has that as their title, Vice President of Sales and Marketing, Vice President of Sales, Marketing and Sales, and I'll bet that, and Vice President of Sales, right? So you can find someone's specific title by typing that in the current job title, but it gives you, plenty of options for, there's a million different titles here, so we'll just stick to the ones, CEO, let's go owner, and we'll just go CFO, just to make it easy, okay? All right, cool. So title, current job title, I definitely use, okay? Seniority level, once again, I don't use this because if you're typing in someone's title, the seniority level part really doesn't make a difference. Past job title, once again, where they used to do or whatever that title used to be, doesn't make that much of a difference. These two filters can be very powerful, okay? So there's two different ones here. 1 years in current company, okay, and 1 years in current position. The reason why this is powerful, as I'm sure we all know, when a new C-level comes into a position, whether it's a CEO or a CFO, they're looking to make an impact, right? They can look at all their contracts, look at their vendors, look at various things within the business to see what they can do to improve. So by plugging in this filter, you're going to be able to see who's relatively new at the company or new at that position, and it may be a good reason to reach out. Okay, and I do want to show one thing here. Sometimes when you plug in something in a filter, you say, wait a minute, Alyssa says 6 years and 4 months. Well, guess what? When you click on Alyssa's name, one of her current duties is present. She's a CEO of another company. So even though it doesn't show it on the initial screen here, LinkedIn is dead on accurate. So that just means the person is, fits the bill on one of their other positions. Okay. So don't get frustrated with that. Okay. So this can be a really good filter, same years and current position. Obviously toggle with it to see what results come up, but this can be very, very helpful if what you do would be helpful if someone is brand new at that position and looking to make an impact. Okay, I'm going to skip over to this side real quick because there's a similar filter. Okay, change jobs. The reason why I don't use this filter, this only shows people that have changed jobs in the last 90 days. So that means anybody is past the 90-day mark won't show up here. And I'm sure we'll all agree that when a C-level person comes into a company, it takes a lot longer than 90 days for them to get situated and get a handle on the business. Sometimes it takes over a year, which is why it doesn't hurt to put the 1 to 2 years filter as well. But I ignore the change jobs just because of the fact that it eliminates a lot of really good search results. Okay. Geography here, right? I do want the person to be based out of the United States. Now, that's just for our particular business. If your business is different, then by all means, you can pick wherever you want. If you're geography located, well, hey, listen, I'm only doing business in the areas of St. Louis, Missouri, or Los Angeles, California. You can type in cities here. They give you bigger cities. They give you the greater Sacramento, greater New York, greater Los Angeles, greater St. Louis, right? So, which gives you the surrounding areas around that major city. So you pick what's best for you. Okay. But if you're doing national work, you just plug in United States and you're good to go. Okay. Industry. Once again, with industry, I don't like the choices that LinkedIn gives you. They're very oddball. And keep in mind when someone is, a company is on LinkedIn, they have to list themselves as that specific industry if you're trying to find them. So like, for instance, here's a big snafu, like with nonprofit healthcare. So they might be listed as a nonprofit or they might be listed as a healthcare company. Okay, they're actually both, but you might lose them in the result if you just choose nonprofit and they label themselves as a healthcare company. So I would only use this to mess around with to see if there's any changes in the filters. Maybe you get some additional people or less people, or just maybe it's more granular. But I don't typically use this filter just because it's not really super specific and it really depends on how the company labels themselves. Okay. And then the rest of these I don't use at all, so don't worry about those. So that's pretty much the filters that I use. So once again, most important one is connections of, and then the other ones that I use, definitely current job title is super important, geography, and of course these two filters that I mentioned to you. Okay. So now, right, we got it whittled down. Okay, it says 101,000 results. So let's whittle it down even more because to go through 1,000 people, I might be here all day. So let's go ahead and just eliminate a couple titles here just to make it easy. Okay, cool. So Nelson knows 108 CFOs that work for companies that have this size headcount. Okay, so now that you have a digestible number and you want to try to get the results between 50 to 150 names. Because then what you're going to do is you're actually going to be looking at each one of these results to see who may be a good fit for you, whether it be a potential referral partner or a potential client, right? So we'll just pretend for argument's sake this first person is a good fit. You say, oh, great, Cheyenne is a great person for me to meet. Awesome. Okay, so I want to start creating a list of good people from Nelson's connections that I'm going to ask him to introduce me to if he knows them. So ultimately what you want to do is go through these lists one by one, find the people that you want to meet. So we'll just say Cheyenne is one of them. We'll copy and paste Cheyenne, put it on a Word document. Okay, I did this once before. So now you don't have to use a Word document. You can literally do the body of an email, an Excel spreadsheet, but you want to keep it organized because at the end, once you get to about 10 to 20 names, you're going to send it to that person. All right, so once I get to the list of names, so we'll just eliminate these and pretend. Okay, let's just say these are the 10 people I want to send to Nelson. I create this list, okay? Some of them are potential clients for opportunities and some are great referral partners, okay? So I'm going to create this list nice and neat, send it over to Nelson and say, hey, Nelson, of these list of 10 people, do you know one or two of them well enough to make an introduction? Okay. And the reason why you want to send at least 10 names if possible is because Nelson's probably not going to know 7 or 8 of them, right? Hey, I met that person once at an event. Hey, I'm not even sure who she is. We just connected, so on and so forth. But out of 10 people, he or she is going to know 1 to 2 people very well. It's going to be their closest friend, their neighbor, their best client. We went to college together, so on and so forth. So this is why you want to give people a list of 10 to 20 names. I always suggest doing this exercise with your clients first, because your clients know you, like you, and trust you. They've already worked with you. They're your walking commercial. So if you say to your clients, hey, listen, of this list of 10, 15, 20 names, are there 1 or 2 you can refer me to? They're going to be able to do that for you because they know how you operate. They know what you've done for them. And it's going to be a much easier, better introduction. And of course, clients want to refer people, but they can't think of everybody they know on top of their head. But when you go in to Sales Navigator, do this exercise and narrow it down the focus and give them exact people that you want to meet, it's going to make their lives easier and it's going to be more direct and you're going to get results. Okay. I do this every single day. It works tremendously. Okay. So once again, look for names you want, people you want, whether you put on a spreadsheet or a body of an email, a Word document or equivalent. You definitely want to put them on a sheet somewhere, send them over to that person or put them somewhere, send them over to that person. Hopefully they have 1 or 2 people they can introduce you to. If you do this with a different person every single day, takes between 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how deep you search or how good you are at it. And let's just say, for argument's sake, only of the 5 people doing it 1 person per day, only 3 of them actually step up to the plate and make 1 warm introduction each. Well, let me ask you something. Would 12 warm introductions a month help your business? I'm pretty sure it would, right? You would definitely get some action out of it. And like I said, these are people you've handpicked, okay? All right, so let me just go there real quick. Okay, cool. One of the things you can do also too, once you find filters that work for you, instead of doing this every single time, you literally just toggle this and it will save all these filters. So, and then under your saved searches here, as you see, I've already done this before. So LinkedIn connections for leads. So when I hit this, it's going to pull up all of the filters that I've already used. Okay, so you can save it that way. And just keep in mind, the minute you change anything, if you go like that, it's going to toggle it off because now it's a new search because you changed something. But I always suggest, instead of doing this a million times, just save the filters that work for you, and then just go back to them and save you a couple of minutes, and they could always change a few here and there as you're doing it. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's go to the next slide here. Okay. Did that. Okay. Also, too, let's pull this up and make sure I unshare my screen and show you this. Hold on. Okay. Okay, because I'm going to show you the spreadsheet. I think you can see that. Entire screen. Go entire screen. That's what I wanted. All right. Only show the entire screen, huh? There we go. All right. Much easier. All right. Cool. You guys can see my entire screen, yes? Okay. So to keep track, right, if you're doing this every single day or at least multiple times a week, the easiest way to keep track of this, I've found, is just use an Excel spreadsheet, right? You put the person's name of the person you're sending a list to, your relationship, if they're a business friend, current client, whether or not you've actually gone through their connections, how many people are on that list, the date you sent the list to them, and then also track the intros that they made so you know how many intros you're getting out of this, right? So like, for instance, Rebecca, oh my God, I sent the list to her months ago. Oh, she hasn't done anything. So why hasn't Rebecca made those intros she promised? So maybe I'll reach out to Rebecca and just follow up with her. Maybe I'll invite her to an event or take her to lunch, or just kind of find out what I can do to help her out to make sure that she can make one of those 2 intros that she promised, maybe get her a lead and whatnot. But all this does is helps you track and keep more organized as you're sending people these lists of potential introductions. You just want to make sure you're following up with the people so that they can help you out, because once again, they did commit to doing it. You asked them twice, they got your confirmation twice, so they are committed to helping you. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. Okay. Okay. Other tips. Okay. Okay. So the keyword section here. This is helpful if there's something specific you're looking for. So we'll just make some arguments. We'll just make this easy here. We'll just put Nelson again. Okay. What we're going to do is, let's just say, for instance, for whatever reason, just because it's a very hot topic, let's just say I'm looking for folks in the cannabis space, okay? So So if you type in the word cannabis, okay, it'll show every person that fits all of these filters that also has the word cannabis in their profile somewhere. Okay, so if you dig through this person's profile, I'll just do a quick thing here, see if maybe it just shows it up right away. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't see it. Do I see it? Well, I assure you one thing, that cannabis is definitely in here somewhere. Okay, LinkedIn is dead on accurate. So somewhere in this person's profile has the word cannabis. So if that's important to you, type in that keyword or any other keywords that might be specific to what you do that are just a unique type of word or unique type of search, right? So maybe it's sustainability is an important word for you. You want to find people in sustainability, right? Cool. So all these companies somewhere here, they have sustainability in their profile somewhere. So using the keyword search can help you find something very, 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 very specific. Okay. Okay, cool. This is a really helpful tool. So this is a little different, but let's just say, for instance, you meet with some folks over the years or the last months. You give out proposals, and maybe you don't win the business, but you had a really good rapport with the person that the contact there. Well, listen, hey, they didn't go with you, but maybe it wasn't their call. Maybe there was a reason why. But in any case, if you have some really close, not clients, but prospects that didn't work with you, it's wise to create a list called previous clients, warm introductions. All right, or maybe if you lose a client. So if you lose a client, possibly to a competitor, or like I said, they didn't choose you on a proposal for whatever reason, you don't want to create a separate list here. This way, every now and then you take a look at that list and you see who has maybe changed jobs, right? So those 6 results I had in this list, you click on the change jobs filter and you see that Coleman and Tatiana recently changed jobs. Well, maybe it's a good time to reach out to them. Hey, Coleman, hey, unfortunately, we didn't work together when you were at ABC Company, but I see you moved on. Can we set up a conversation to talk about what I do with your new company? Right? Could be a great opportunity to reach out to that person. So it's very simple. Basically, you're just going to want to do that from your first degree connections because you're probably connected to that person in the first place, right? And then let's just say, Francesca is one of those people. You would click on Francesca, save to list. And for you folks, since you probably don't have this already created, you would create a new list, make it the name, and then Francesca will be in there. So you can easily just create a list and every now and then go revisit it and just see if anybody that may have moved on to a new job, new company. This way you can reach out to them because it could be a good time to say, hey, how you doing? Maybe let's sit down and talk since you moved on. Okay, so that could be a very, very helpful way of getting opportunities as well. And that is basically it. It is a very simple type of thing. So what I'm going to do is just open it up for any questions and make sure everyone understood the concept. So please let me know if you have questions or there's anything that further that would be of help to you. Okay, I see there's some things in the comments here. Let me just see. Buy your coffee. There you go. You're right. I was showing before. Yes, buy your coffee. That usually works. Yes, Rebecca, it definitely does work. Lunch is a little better too, though. Cool. Anybody have any questions on anything I showed? All right. Thank you. Thank you, Savita. Thank you, Rebecca. And by all means, let me go ahead. I'm going to put my info in the chat. Just give me a moment. I want to make sure everyone has it. So if you have any questions as you're doing stuff, you are more than welcome to reach out. So just give me a moment. Let me just put that in the chat. So as you're playing with it, you guys can totally reach out. Do not be shy. Let me just put that here. Paste. Okay. There's my information. That's my email, my phone number. Like I said, as you're doing this, if you have questions or you had a roadblock, please don't be shy. Reach out. I am more than happy to help. You're not bothering me. This is something that I kind of developed completely by accident, and I use it, like I said, every single day, and it works tremendously well. All it can do is just help bring warm introductions into your business, whether it be with centers of influence or whether it be with decision makers. So use me as a resource. And if I could be of any help, just reach out. But if there's no more questions, I just want to thank you all for your time. Once again, thanks to the folks at ACIL for giving me the opportunity. And and I'll hopefully talk to you guys or see you guys in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Bobby. That was great. Good help.